I think some of the guys here stuck around so we can do some extra bit of production. We can get the games casted. And for the guys in the panel as well, it's great that you guys are sticking around and making sure, of course, that we get to see at least this series. And I know a lot of you probably would like to see something like Cloud9 versus Digital Chaos, but this is a pretty big game in and of itself. As we get into the game, my name is Mont, with me is Purge.
Hey, man. I thought you were going to forget about me over here.
No, I know, man. Trust me. I was on a little bit of a tangent. I had to get through it. I had to get my excitement out of the door as quickly as possible. But yeah, these are two teams in particular that I've followed for a long time. I'm sure you know a bit about them as well, but they've played in so many different tournaments. They've played in like the JDLs. Canada Cup is where I've cast them the most, I believe, among other different random tournaments around. But what are your impressions of both these squads? Obviously, the old Elite Wolves, or rather the Elite Wolf squad of the old Not Today squad, they're probably the favorites here, I would say.
Yeah, I think they have a lot of potential winnings here, but I think we can't really discount Unknown either. They did have a pretty good run at TI5 qualifiers. They didn't make it all the way through, but I think they were on the verge of qualifying, and they didn't make it. I believe they went through the elimination bracket of that.
Yeah. And
they got very close. The Kotaro Hayama, is he on the team for sure? I know
I'm almost positive he's on the team. I think he was registered for the majors on their team. A couple interesting things. I know Team Unknown, probably called Team Unknown for a reason. Not many people know them. First of all, this is both, they're both Peruvians. Both teams are Peruvian squads. So that's just something to keep in mind. They've played each other a lot. A lot of former Union Gaming members on the side of Unknown, ZTalk in particular. I think also Blank, the guy with the blank space in his name. The manager of that team actually went out of his way to tell me that this guy is something special. That's not even Kotaro Hayama, I don't believe. Unless my memory has just failed me completely, but it really depends on where they lane everything. But Elite Wolves, this is a team we talked about. I think the Chen in the early stages. Misoku this is his hero. He's played this so often, even when it's out of style, even when it's not a good hero. Which you could argue that in this particular patch it's not great, but
I think they have a lot of potential to win it. Honestly, I like Unknown a little better. No, I like the Chen team a little better. If you're really aggressive with Chen, you can get a lot of kills and take a lot of fast towers. And Unknown wants to pressure as well, but they have the potential to shut down the Darkseer really well due to having the Doom in their lane. So I think it's looking pretty good for them, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, and you have Smash on your squad. He is the X Factor. He does some amazing things, but he can also throw pretty terribly. They've added some really solid players to the roster since they, kind of went away from their old TI4-ish roster when they had, I believe, Ewo and another player that escapes me. But they added Stinger and Van, who have been absolutely outstanding in the Peruvian squad. They topped their group, I believe, as well for Elite Wolves. So, I mean, they're nothing to scoff at. Unknown had to get here, by the way, by getting through Leviathan. And Blank, if he keeps using that Shadow Fiend taunt, I'm gonna go nuts.
I was like, are they playing some weird music when the game started? No, it's just messing around. A lot of pressure on Smash. This is 3 heroes dedicated at the start. They're not trying to kill him, by the way. They're just trying to zone him out here.
Yep.
That's them fearing the player.
Yep. And meanwhile, the Chen on Elite Wolves, I think, is going to start in the enemy jungle. He'll pick up a Hellbear Smasher, Smasher, and he'll continue to go to work. I mean, he knows his jungle's not safe. They've got a couple of aggressive wards. They've even blocked the pole camp up there in the top lane. Van playing the safe lane Quap against the off lane Darkseer. Pretty good matchup for him.
Wow, look at this harass on the Winter Wyvern here. He's actually, he might die.
Oshimiki in some trouble. The Wyvern.
He's so slow.
Oh, the Hellbear Smasher.
The Hellbear's got him.
He's got the move speed. Look at him go. Trucking along the first blood, the backhand, rather the forehand to the fucking back of the head. He got destroyed.
That's not a kill you see very often, but the Hellbear runs at 320. Winter Wyvern's unnaturally slow at 285, and bam, he gets a kill in the aggressive jungle.
Yep.
This aggressive play is what they need to do, basically.
Yep. And they're going to get Misoku involved pretty early and pretty often. This is something that, I mean, you kind of have to do it, especially in this patch, I think, as well. Don't let the jug farm in. I believe the TP man is Kotaro Hayama. I might be wrong about that. ZTalk is ZTalk. Hoshimiki, I believe, is Excel, and then Greedy is, I think he's Greedy. No. God, their names are... That's the one thing about NA, man. I mean, I guess all scenes have it, and not NA, SA, obviously, but I think everybody fake nicks in this region in America.
I think it makes it worse by the teams are a little bit more unstable usually, so it's not as dedicated with sponsors and stuff like that, whereas the EU teams we see a lot are being told by somebody, hey, you can't do this. Please tag up so we know who you are.
I honestly wanted to tell them myself, but we got in here a little bit late to the party. But nonetheless, again, this is a pretty hot rivalry. I haven't seen their previous matches, but this is something I'm really looking forward to because they have so much talent on the inside. I can't speak highly enough of the TA that the Shadow Fiend player plays. Blank has been pretty outstanding. They might even pick it up this series if things aren't going well, but He's a young kid, a lot like Sumail, a lot like Arteezy was when he started.
Winter Wyvern might be in trouble.
Hey, there's a lot of back and forth here. He's just trying to get away. He already Arctic Burn. He has Cold Embrace, so he should be fine. Here's the spin.
Oh, nice skill. Oh.
Misko, does he have the Grave? He does, so he'll be fine even if he keeps... Actually...
They can outplay him. He's got a salve, and he's got a heal in 2.
There's the salve, and now TP backing away. I'm going to call him Kotaro just for
He
ease.
could definitely die here. I wish the
one
Doom
more
was moving to the right.
Is that it? No, they need one more. The
got
range
him.
creep. He needs to hit him. Oh, the Cold Embrace comes out in time. There's the heal wave coming through from Misko. Can they do enough here? I don't think so as Z-Talk runs in. No mana, but he's the Ogre. He's going to be big and beefy and zoning at Misko as much as possible. All of the action centered around this bottom lane. And Kotaro will actually lose a lot of CS in the process. Only 6 currently.
I'm really surprised he used the heal there. I'm pretty sure that doesn't do damage because it's physical, and you get like infinite armor when you use Chilling Embrace, so or Cold Embrace. So that was very peculiar. They could have killed him there. I think that was also on the Doom. He needed to shift it down to anticipate the Jug from juking. So lost a kill that they probably should have had there, but I still like the huge pressure that they're putting on their opponents. Chen is putting pressure all over the map. Shadow Fiend now being chased just by a Centaur here.
Yep, just being a nuisance in general, and so. Blank gonna get stunned up. Can Smash actually get this kill? He has Shackle Shot in 1. It's level 1. He's got Power Shot, Shackle Shot, Power Shot. They get the kill on the SF down bottom lane. Misko gets the Grave off again. Back and forth we go, trading hits, trading blows, and Elite Wolves, they get on the board 2-0. 26 last hits for Van in the top lane as well.
It's just so aggressive everywhere. It's working out so nicely. Like they start with an aggressive Chen jungle, that way they can gank mid on the Shadow Fiend, they can pressure the safe lane, that gives the Doom a bit more space than the Dazzle Doom dual lane. It's not the Lich dual lane, but it's a lot more aggressive potential just by having Shadow Wave. Once you get in melee range, you can do a ton of burst damage to your opponents, and very good against Jug as well.
Yeah.
Because if he's spinning, you can still do damage to him since it is physical.
And he only has level 1 Scorch Earth as well, so they're going to have to keep an eye on this Juggernaut. And he's doing okay. I mean, for the amount they've been fighting, he hasn't gotten any kills. He's got 12 last hits. The CS across the board is pretty low. The SF obviously is going to start eclipsing pretty much the rest of the squad pretty soon here with his raises. He'll head to the jungle. But obviously Van leading the way, and it's a pretty good sign for Elite Wolves.
The Chen has picked up level 3 at least, so he can consistently sit one creep mid and harass with it while he farms with the other one, so that's good for him. Normally, when Chens play this aggressive, sometimes their levels suffer a little bit, but obviously their team gets a little bit better end of the stick with that. But the Ogre continues to use it again.
I know, I'm actually losing it.
He put it on a convenient hotkey, that's pretty clean. That's pretty clear. Some damage to the Ogre here, but he's not going to die to this. A little bit of damage, actually. You need a clap on him. He could go down.
Shackles. Beautiful angle. Latches to that tree line, the Power Shot execution style to the face. Be an easy kill on the Ogre. And stop, please, for the love of God, Blank. You're a great player. Please, just don't do it anymore.
That's a Chen buff, too. His Test of Faith only costs 90 mana instead of the previous 175. So he doesn't have to go heal immediately after that. He can actually sit in the jungle and continue to farm.
And that's the thing. I don't know how many teams have actually experimented with Chen since the patch came through. We've seen a lot of different heroes picked up in these qualifiers, but the Chen has been one that I haven't seen too often.
I think he's pretty good, but one of the problems is he's hard countered by heroes like Bounty Hunter, who just follow him around and limit the experience gain that Chen would get in the jungle. So I think that's one reason why Chen was phased out. Seemingly right after he got popular, it was like once Bounty got popular, it was just gone. A little bit of harass from the Darkseer in the jungle as well. He's trying to kill some Chen creeps. He might get some.
Stoom's in trouble. He wanted a creep.
There's actually stuff happening everywhere.
Yeah, it's just so hard to keep up with. The Shackle Shot, they will find the Darkseer. They have the Scream of Pain, no mana for the Sonic Wave. They don't need it. He will get just barely the Scream off. That range, a bit iffy, but Van gets the kill nonetheless, and they'll get the job done. I actually wonder, are they playing this on a South American server? Hold on. Misko's, oh my God. Could you guys just hold on a second while I'm trying to formulate a thought? That's what I'm wondering. Are we playing on a South American server? That doesn't help me, JJ. He throws up the don't give up on the screen. Okay, that doesn't help either. Do you have an affirmative on there?
I do not know.
US East. Wow. You have 2 South American teams playing on US East. Interesting. Well, that's all I'll say about that.
That's not bad. It's better than US West. I know South America gets a much better ping to East than they do West. So probably something they're used to be completely honest.
So something important to know. I mean, Misoku does have a decent hero pool, but for a while, almost exclusively, he would play Chen. A few games as Enchantress, but it would mostly be Chen.
Man, I thought for sure that you were talking about Mystico. I was like, is that actually how you pronounce his name?
No,
I just thought you knew the correct way.
No, that's going to confuse people for a while. And if this is your first chance seeing these squads of Elite Wolves and Unknown, I'm sure you're thinking, oh, Peru Dota, not strong. I mean, Elite Wolves have defeated some ridiculous teams. At one point, around you know, the end of TI3, after TI3, Elite Wolves are former, not today, whatever they were called, Arctic, I think, at the time. Yeah. They took down Alliance, so, and they've taken down top NA teams as well. They beat the old Dignitas in, I think, the ADL way back when. So I have a storied history casting them, and they have a storied history actually being a good team. And they're showing it right now. ZTOC going to go in. I'm looking for some extra damage. Stinger will go ahead and pop the Scorched Earth, he'll heal up and just back away. And so they'll secure some extra farm for the Juggernaut, who has his phase boost done. But now Van still sitting at 52 last hits, and actually only 17 last hits for Smash, but he's gotten a couple of kills, so he's fine.
He's been zoned on so much too. Like, he's really had a bit of a hard time. Ganko on bot again. He's gonna have Grave though. Andy can TP. There's no Fire Blast, so teleport out for him.
He goes out, somebody comes in, it's the Doom.
Top tower is under attack.
I think he just went back to heal or something. I don't know why Doom TP'd. Maybe he came from like a rune spot or something. That's a bit of a waste of mana.
Yeah. I think he was, actually, yeah, he was fine. He had Scorched Earth, he was healing up. He might have not had mana, but he TP's back in. And Masoku hasn't been on the map for the last minute or so, but they have the Quap, they have the Smoke of Deceit, the Van has the Sonic Wave, and level 4 Scream of Pain. This is the perfect time to go for a gank. Van needs to wait up. Chen's a little bit slow. His army's even slower.
It'll be a really good gank, though. If they can secure this kill on Shadow Fiend, it's going to help a lot, because that's the one lane that they really haven't pressured that much. They've got great creeps, too. They've got a Centaur and a Net Creep.
Great Shackle again from Smash Power Shot. Sonic Wave to do the job. Just as ZTOC gets in, they're going to get 2. Test of Faith will go. They haven't even used the Centaur stuff. They didn't even need it. And they'll bring him down. 2 kills quickly with a great smoke gank from Elite Wolves. And right now they are looking elite. They're looking way stronger than Unknown. I almost called him Union. God.
I was going to feel so bad for Chen there because he wasn't useful, but then all of a sudden the TP came through because he was late, and they thought, oh, I can TP into this. Maybe I'll save him. But all of a sudden 3 heroes show up, and the rotation from Chen's completely worth. He picks up 6 at 9 minutes, which is a little slow considering what he could get from the jungle, but it's pretty clear to see that he's created so much pressure on the map that this slight sacrifice for himself is totally going to help his team. They're up at 6-0 right now, and considering how much rotations have come through, I'm really surprised it's one-sided.
Yeah, this is Elite Wolves are kind of putting on a clinic right now. The Juggernaut always has ways to get back into the game. He needs some good Omni Slashes, maybe just...
All right, Pimp, just stop going there. Don't look at the middle map anymore.
Yeah,
we're over this.
Do not look at Blank unless he's doing something impressive.
He's probably doing this to tilt his enemy team, though. Let's be real. They can hear it, too.
Absolutely. He's a 17-year-old kid from Peru. Okay. And he's from what I've heard, I think he's very proud of himself, so... Smash will grab the rune. Top rune spot.
A lot of damage done to Mystico.
Mystico has almost died like 5 times.
He's going to have to Grave here.
He's had like 5 near-death experiences, and he'll get it off. Maybe use the Hand of the God. Now they're going to try to turn this around. They get the Doom off. Can they chase Blank? He's in some trouble. Blink forward, Scream, and he should be dead. They might be able to deny him. No. Last right click came through from Van. Dunzo. More team. The Elite Wolves are actually rotating in towards that mid lane. But what a Splinter Blast. That did some work, but Mystico is right there to back him up with a nice Shadow Wave. They bring in the Creep Army as well, and it's time to 5-man. They'll even get a Shackle shot on ZTOC. They won't pressure him. They'll just push the tower instead. This is giving the Jug some much-needed room to farm, but it is at the cost of their Tier 1 tower mate, which is a pretty big tower.
Man, they're just stomping right now, honestly. They have big early advantage. They're rotating so well. As soon as they get a kill, they pressure the tower. Shadow Fiend thought he was going to have an easy game, and all of a sudden they gank him twice in a row, giving him his 3rd death here.
They weren't expecting the Chen. Has it really been the Chen that's done the most work in this game?
The Chen has done a lot this game, honestly. Definitely. But it's more pressure. It's not necessarily like boards or numbers on the board. I mean, he's 3-0-2 as a support that's been roaming. And the first couple levels, he just gimped himself by roaming just creeps around. I mean, he got the, first blood on the Winter Wyvern? Like, come on. How often do you get a first blood as a Chen by yourself on a hero? Plus these pressured lanes, plus they killed the mid tower at 11 minutes. This means that now Shadow Fiend doesn't have anywhere to farm but the jungle. Like, he's going to go jungle now, and if Elite Wolves just show up here, nobody can even TP to support him. They have to TP to the Tier 2 tower. Like, they opened up the map so much by killing that tower, and it pretty much just ruined the only advantage that Shadow Fiend has. One of the reasons that he is so strong. He jungles very safely, and he has a lot of damage output, and now he's not going to be as safe.
There's multiple entrances into the jungle right now, and Elite Wolves have very little vision. They will throw up 1 Observer Ward that will be just out of range of this, well, not just, it's pretty far out of range of this sentry, but still. They have some vision at the entrance of their jungle, but looks like it's just you and me. You can't really reliably jungle safely now in this Shadow Fiend. You have to be careful with where you farm. And Yesef, I think, is the key back into this game. He gets a good Requiem or a couple of raises, and maybe the Jug can get space created. There's going to be the Doom. The spin does get off beforehand, but I don't think he's not going to survive this. Yeah, Doom's diving in, and this is going to be a dead Kotaro, it looks like.
They're so ahead, I feel like there's no way that he'll be able to, the Ogre that is, will be able to defend. Good micro, almost gets him with the Centaur Stomp, but... Oh, they've got an N3. They can catch him, actually. They just need to get a little closer. Gets the net off. Here comes the Centaur Stomp.
Good
no, it's on cooldown, sorry.
Cold Embrace. Sonic Wave was juked by Van. They don't need it, really. I mean, they're trying to have their cake and eat it, too, by chasing after the Winter Wyvern, but it's just not going to happen. They'll have to set it all up for the Ogre Magi, but, I mean...
He keeps feeding himself a little bit. Like, yes, it sucks that your cores are getting dived like that, but I think the real goal is go somewhere else and get a kill. It's not super easy as an Ogre versus the heroes that E-Wolves have. What is their first name? First tag?
Elite.
Elite. It's not super easy versus their heroes. Quap can blink away, Doom can Scorched Earth, Windrunner can Windrun, but these late TPs and adding your death to the tally is just not going to help. Oh, look at this.
They have a mech, though, on Unknown. God, I wish I knew what player that actually was. Who was playing the offlane? Okay, it is Greedy. That's what I thought. God, these fake nicks, man. I know no, up-and-coming Peruvian players probably listening to this or paying any mind to it. Or
tell us anyways, Mott. Preach.
Can you just frickin' please not fake nick in a game that I'm casting? Or anyone's casting, for that matter.
I was almost against you for a moment there. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating.
It's really frustrating. Okay. I mean, like these are well, I guess Elite Wolves are fine. They all have their regular names, but for Unknown,
Duke's ready to go.
Oh, Jug is dead. Is Jug dead? Jug's dead.
Yep, because that interrupts TPs.
Maybe just change that.
Maybe.
Well, either way, they find the kill. There's no kill for Unknown on the board right now. The crazy thing is that I don't think they're actually that far behind. Oh, okay, never mind.
Are you kidding? Look at the map.
I looked at the net worth chart and I thought, I was like, oh, that looks pretty even. Then I hit the F6 button. I'm like, no, never mind. That's wrong.
The issue is their Winter Wyvern has a net worth of 700, and let's see, Ogre Magi is at 1200. It's not a good sign. The main issue, honestly, is that they have heroes that jungle heavily, and they've lost their tier 1 towers.
The way this game is going, it's going to be over at like 25 minutes. They're going to get a Roche right now for Elite Wolves. There's no way you can contest this, even with a good back wall. And what level is he, by the way? Level 9, so he only has level 2 vacuum. No level 2 wall either.
Elite Wolves has basically played this game perfectly. They have complete map control, and then they're going to continue pushing all of the towers, and they're still farming faster than their opponents in the meantime.
And it's unfortunate when you hype up a player so much like Kotaro Hayama and Blank on Unknown, and they get kind of trashed.
It's only one player, man. It doesn't matter. It's okay, Mon. It's gonna be all right.
All right, thanks, man. I needed that.
It's literally, it's one guy in the game. He's got 4 teammates. We don't even know if he's in the game for damn sake. He played really well at TI qualifiers, but obviously that's not everything.
Well, he's fake nicked for like his entire career, so I'm almost positive he's in. But it's also
well, you know
Blank
what? Screw him then. How about that?
It's also Blank too. This Blank who has the Templar Assassin avatar. That's the guy I've heard about before as well, and I've watched and seen him play at a top level. Z-Talk is dangerously close to dying yet again. Another TP will come in, though, to save his life. And Greedy's here, ready to go. He's got the mech, and he's up and ready. So this Team Unknown, a former squad of Union Gaming, I believe, for the most part, now playing under a different name with a couple of different players. And they're struggling in this situation. They're losing towers left and right. The Chen has done massive work. The Doom has now got drums. You have, what, the Quap, what does she have?
She's the highest net worth in the game, by the way.
Yeah, she's crushing it.
Van is doing really well.
This is like, and we talk about Smash so often. It's not even really. I mean, he's had a couple of good shackle shots, but like, other than that, it's been a team effort, I think.
Yeah, I definitely agree. He's gonna be able to transition really well for his team as long as he buys some physical damage items. He's gonna easily be able to deal with either Shadow Fiend or Juggernaut in the mid to late game. Only thing they really have to worry about just getting kills is Omni Slash. Maybe wall vacs are possible. They're smoking around, actually. This is a good chance for them.
There's a Sentry Ward nearby, in case anyone was in this, but they're smoked up. They have that Shadow Fiend ready to go. They pop up the Requiem. Now Stinger gets graved up. He doesn't have that Aegis. They do up the Dark Series. Done all as good at this point in time. Blank is now in trouble. Gets Cold Embrace. Omni Slash has gone through yet. Doesn't matter. He's already dead. And now it's pretty much all in the Shadow Fiend in this situation. Right clicks raise. Shackle Shot will not lash, but he's getting low. Now the secondary Requiem will at least bring down the Queen of Pain, but it's just the Aegis, and Z-Talk stands still and then gets Test of Faith.
Well, they got a kill, I guess.
On a Dazzle.
Yeah, they killed Dazzle. That looks so good for them. The Requiem was right on top of the Doom. He went down to a very little bit of HP, but he got the Doom off. I feel like the Jug was...
Did he ult?
Was he the one that got doomed? He did not. I saw him
no,
stand there at the, like, right before he died, he just attacked the Alpha Wolf like twice. I think he thought he was still doomed.
It was the Darkseer that got doomed, I believe.
All right, well, we didn't see an Omni Slash, and I don't know how that didn't happen, honestly.
He must have died just immediately.
He didn't. I saw him there. I saw him attack an Alpha Wolf 2 times. Definitely could have Omni Slash.
All right, well, questionable place from Kotaro Hayama.
I feel like his morale is trashed right now. And how could it not be? In a game like this, 17 minutes, where they just dominate every single lane, like he's probably frustrated with his supports dying to a solo Chen, things like that.
Well,
like,
how do you combat that? Do you just GG out and go to the next game, or do you just play out?
I think he needs to take a vacation, think about his life a little bit.
That's not an option right now. They have a game 2 to play.
Yeah, that's true, I suppose. But I don't think that's an issue. That's something it's very difficult to deal with as it's happening. You have to find your solution that fits each person. And I mean, maybe it's not even an issue. I don't know. Maybe we're over talking morale issues when that may not exist.
Maybe they're just having fun. Maybe that's it.
Well, players of this caliber, and all of these guys are very talented to get to here. They shouldn't make huge mistakes like that. Maybe I misread it, though. It's entirely possible.
I agree. But
you're saying I misread it?
No.
It's very possible.
No. I don't think you misread it. I think for Unknown, I think they really just, if they can get some semblance of, not like a comeback, but like a couple of kills, maybe 1-1 team fight, that'd be enough for them to get into game 2 and at least have a positive mindset, because I mean, we've seen beatings throughout these qualifiers, but this feels pretty bad. He's been doing it literally every time we look at him. He was actually getting chased down by the Doom. He used his taunt, the Doom used his stomp like 3 times and cancel the animation each time.
Okay. I did hear that sound actually. Yeah. Point booster now up on Doom. He's going to be going for Aghanim Scepter. Increased duration basically takes 1 hero out of the game, and when Unknown is this far behind, getting doomed is going to be a huge issue.
It's going to almost always either be on the Darkseer, I feel like, or the Shadow Fiend. Because I don't know if it's really needed on the Juggernaut. He only has level 1 slash and has no damage, really.
Looking at the net worth, I think Shadow Fiend's are target man, because stops his raises, stops his ultimate. That's how they almost lost that last fight, was a really good Requiem, because he happened to have an Invis rune. But they're not going to have that this next high ground.
They're pushing tier 3 at 19 minutes. I mean,
yeah, that's good.
That's
Ags on
not
one
that
Ranger.
Surprising, but
double Wildkin here, so lots of armor.
Ooh, that armor. How much armor do they actually have?
Well, they don't stack like the Black Dragon.
They have the Weave ticking as well, though, and the Quap is up to she was up to 20 some odd armor instead. Now that she's up to 12. Mech will go, giving a bonus 2.
All right, his Focus Fire almost ran out. That's how long they attacked that for. But
I mean, what are they doing? What can they do? They have
really
to hope for. They have no initiation. Yeah, I mean, that's what they're going to do. And he just gets hexed up immediately. The Winter's Curse will come out. Smash will take a little bit of damage. Requiem's getting channeled. Doesn't get off at all. Now the Greedy gets doomed up, and he's going to have to head back home. Did he use his mech? I don't think so. And SF can't even get his full Requiem off. He dies, gets the Death Requiem, and that does nothing. That is their Rex gone. That is essentially game over. I mean, the unfortunate thing is they can't go to the tier 3 in mid because there's still tier 2 there, but...
Man, that gold advantage they gained in the early game was just way too much. This is by far the biggest stomp that I've seen at the Frankfurt Majors, personally.
This is actually not that crazy for me because I've seen Unknown have these ups and downs. They'll either play miraculously in one game, and this is usually what happens with, I think, young players and young talented players especially. You have one really amazing game, you pick up a weird hero like an Ursa mid, which they've done before, and you crush.
Kotaro did pick a lot of weird heroes. I saw him play Ursa a few times at the TI Majors.
Yeah, I mean, they've been known to do that. And then there are other times when they just get outdrafted and outplayed in every situation, and they tilt. I mean, if this isn't tilting, I don't know what is. They're going to find Z-Talk, he's going to get hexed up. Van will jump in, Shot will connect, he uses the Scream, and other multitudes of damage, and they'll find the kill easily. The Darkseer has a Blink. That is, all right, hear me out. Blink, Vacuum Wall, Requiem combo, Omni Slash. Is that even enough damage to kill?
He doesn't have an Invis rune. He needs an Invis rune to get that off, because he needs to have his character model be slightly overlapping them to do an insane amount of damage. Otherwise, he's just going to do good damage. He doesn't even have full souls, for God's sake. And he's about to get ganked right now.
Yeah. No Sonic Wave, but...
He's not getting home. They still have a Hex if they need it. He didn't even use it.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, this is GG worthy pretty soon here. If they're going to prepare to go high ground, Unknown, if they can't win the next team fight, they're done. They're definitely done. There's no way you can come back from a double racks at 20 minutes.
This is quite the change of pace after, what, a 70-minute game that we just saw?
Yeah, that game was very, very close, a very good game. But this is still a best of 3, you know?
Yeah.
Even if they do have some morale problems going in halfway through this game, they may just say, look, there's a 10% chance, 5% chance we win this game. It's so stupidly low. It might even be sub 5% in the single digits kind of stuff. And they might just say, you know what, we're going to lose this one. We'll be upset about it, but we'll move on and go for the next game.
Tier 3 is going to get destroyed with Smash focus firing the entire time. Again, he's got 3 take gold. He's not spending it.
Oh, he's going to find a Vlad's on the Courier. Oh, he gets hexed. Oh, Courier spots him out.
Jug, I think you're dead, my friend. He could try to spin, but there's not much he can do. Shot will connect, and he's dead for 45. He does have buyback, but at this point, it almost seems futile.
Who gets scouted by a Courier? What the heck is that? That's actually just unlucky.
That's just, yeah, it's pretty much luck.
Oh, maybe they had an Observer Ward here, sorry. He walked within a ward vision, too.
Either way. That was him going alone, by the way.
No, I mean, he was looking, he was looking for the, what do you mean optimistic? They're losing so bad. You got to do from the back stuff. Like, that's the smart play. You can't just go straight to their face. They have, like, double the money that you do.
If you go straight to the face.
Style would be going from the back, killing 3 heroes, but still losing. Okay.
All right, fair enough.
You're not going to 5-man wipe these guys when they have this much gold advantage.
Miracles do exist, Purge.
They do, and he went for it, and that was the best way. The wraparounds are by far the best thing to do when you're losing a game heavily.
Okay. I see your point. The tier 3 tower bottom is going to get destroyed again by Smash. You can buy an item now. You've been sent home. Whatever you want. Maelstrom, I don't care. Desolator, sure. You can end the game with it. Chrysalis, that's fine. Whatever your heart, really desires. Roche is back up, and they'll head over there pretty soon, I imagine. And by back up, I mean it's going to be up in like half a second. Also, wait, did he just buy a Chrysalis and a Blink Dagger?
That's a pretty good timing.
Yeah.
23 minutes. Okay.
I mean, he wasn't even really that farmed in the game.
He did get pressured a lot in the early lane. Remember those 3 heroes started mid? You could also argue that maybe Unknown shouldn't have pressured him so much there. Let Shadow Fiend just do a natural matchup there, and then... Oh, he messed up his focus.
Uh-oh. Oh, he missed his Sonic Wave on Hoshimiki. And he might have to... Nah, not even lockdown. I almost said he might have to pay for that, but they just having the lockdown to deal with him.
He's so far ahead that he's like, I can rush a Hex, and it's going to be no problem. I'm not going to have survivability issues. I'm not going to worry about my team fights being few and far between because my ult's on a long cooldown. He's like, I'm just going to gank the hell out of them, and I'm going to add a stun to Queen of Pain. It's really strong. It's really good because he was able to get it this early. I think in other games you wouldn't be able to gamble with that.
They'll pick up the Aegis. The tier 3 tower bottom is dreadfully low. Their morale, I'm sure, is dreadfully low. Again, it's a best of 3 series. The one thing that you can hope for is Unknown just making sure they feel all right, getting back into this next game with a solid draft, solid play, and don't let the game run away from you. Have some sort of comeback mechanic. Have a way to get back into the game. I mean, there still is a way, theoretically, to get back into the game now, but that chance is...
It's still there.
Low.
Very low, but still there. 5%. They've got to get some good ults off. Shadow Fiend goes for the helm. I kind of wish he honestly went for a Shadow Blade. They do have sentries down to protect against this in that situation.
Yeah, well, when they don't even need to make the plays, they're making the right plays.
Tower goes down, though.
Vacuum Wall did nothing. Doom is going to get put up on the Shadow Fiend as expected. Shot will not latch. It was close, but they were about to cross paths, but not quite. They jump in, and they'll search away the Shadow Fiend. He'll stay alive, but this is only going to, give them more time to work on the racks, and they're about to get megaed, and that's it. It's GG.
No big surprise there. Once they were that far ahead, man, they left instantly. These guys are ready to move on to the next game. What a stomp.
Dude, when you see like some of the European teams, they like GG out, they go take a smoke break, they think about what they need to do next. I think that's what they need. They need to take an extended break.
They need to start smoking? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, smoke them if they got them, but I wouldn't. No, don't start smoking. Don't do it.
You're just giving bad messages to children, man.
I've lost it. I mean, listen, it's just not. It's not great. I expected to see a good game of Peruvian Dota, and what I got was a stomp.
Just because one team got really wrecked doesn't mean it was a bad game. Doesn't mean that people didn't play bad. I thought Elite Wolves played really well.
No, they played fantastically. Honestly. But my definition of a bad game is something that.
Mott, it's not about the viewer. It's about them going to Frankfurt.
That's true. That's a good point.
So I'm happy with the game. It was really fun to watch them execute that correctly.
That's true.
Lots of pressure, lots of aggression, and a really fast win. So with that said, we will hop to a commercial break. We'll be back in just a bit with Game 2.